Hello, everybody. It's Adam here. I don't know who you are watching this, but I'm making this video for whoever needs to hear the message that I'm about to send out there into the atmosphere, into the YouTube world. And, that is, well, first off, a little bit about myself. When we're talking about social skills here, we're talking about improving that area of your life. Well, a lot of the same principles that it takes to improve this area of your life are going to be applicable to basically any other area of your life. Me, myself, I never was a natural with women. I definitely came from a place where, my life was chaotic growing up. I didn't have a lot of good mentors or support. I grew up with a single mother. My father wasn't in the picture. I definitely had low self esteem, didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. Of course, I didn't even know about these kinds of concepts and things. So, listen, if that's you, if you're somebody that maybe is struggling in life, you feel beat down, you feel like you're not getting the respect that you think that you deserve, if you're not getting the results that you believe that you are entitled to, well, understand that you can cultivate any area of your life if you are willing to put in the work necessary and the time necessary to build up those skills for yourself. And that goes with anything that you would like to develop. I don't care if that's something like, whether it's your education, becoming more intelligent, becoming more studious, smart. I think these things are areas that you can cultivate, just the same as if you want to cultivate something in an athletic pursuit. Like myself, at one time, I wanted to become a professional skateboarder, and I dedicated myself to that pursuit. And then later in life, when I discovered that I could improve my self confidence, that I can improve my self esteem, that that I didn't have to identify as a victim, that I could actually take control over my social life, over my dating life. Then I started to dedicate my time into cultivating that area for myself. And I've done very well for myself, and you can do very well for yourself as well. So understand that if you don't have very much support, if you're around negative people that maybe are bringing you down or criticizing you or trying to put you in a box and tell you that that you can't improve, that you can't get the kind of results that you want for yourself in life, well, I'm here to tell you that you can. And I know this because I did that for myself. However, one thing I didn't understand was that I have to put in the work still. You still have to make the effort. You still have to find the right resources. You still have to educate yourself. You still have to find the knowledge necessary to figure out what behaviors, attributes, skills that you're looking to develop, figure out processes, figure out habits, figure out routines. You have to cultivate these things for yourself. You no longer can identify as a victim, and you have to take control over your life. You have to understand that you are responsible for your results, that you are responsible for creating and cultivating the type of life that you want for yourself. When you realize this, now you can start getting out there, you can start taking action, and you can start building up the kind of life that you want for yourself. And if that's in your dating life, then you can take specific actions to do that. A lot of people would have you believe that maybe, and maybe it's not even that they would have you believe, but I think that when I first got into this, I thought more so. I mean, I got into this like 13 years ago, and I was definitely thought that it was more about the lines that you say, and that I needed to figure out more knowledge. But then, what now I realize at this stage in my development is that it's about the actions that you take. It's about becoming the kind of person that, even though you're going to be feeling fears and worries and self doubt, and you might even have limiting beliefs, you make yourself go up and you make the attempt. You start valuing the process of going up, making the attempt, accepting that rejection is something that's going to happen, that that's a normal part of the process, and you don't let it get you down. You cultivate the ability to handle your own emotions. You cultivate the ability to handle your own state of mind. You're not attributing your self-worth based on the opinions of others, but you're learning to value your own opinion, and you're generating your self-worth, validation. Everything comes from within. And these are things that take time. It takes time to internalize new beliefs. It takes time to develop social skills where you're able to pick up on tonality of voice, where you're able to pick up on body language, where you're able to pick up on the subtle communication indicators that through people's facial expressions or various other means. And these are kinds of things that you can study too. It's a value to be reading books, to studying psychology, studying human nature, studying body language. These are things that you can then go and learn and read in a book, but then you actually have to get out there and you have to put in the reps. You have to take the actual actions to cultivate the skill. You still have to crawl through the trenches. You still have to get burned. You still have to put yourself through that process, and it never ends. You know, that's something that maybe at one time I thought to myself, when am I not going to feel this resistance to approaching? When am I not going to feel maybe the tension or the pressure that I feel when I go up and I approach a woman, or when I go up and I put myself in a social situation where I'm meeting strangers, whether that's in a bar, whether that's in a club, whether that's outside in the daytime when I'm just going about my day. When is these feelings that are challenging me when I go up and I'm putting myself in situations like this, when are they going to go away? When is it just going to be easy for me? But what you have to realize is that it never goes away. It's never going to be easy. You just learn that it's about progressive desensitization, and you learn how to deal with these chemicals and these emotions that come up for you. And you also are putting yourself in these situations in so frequently that you no longer are affected by these emotions as much as they once affected you. However, there's levels to this, and you're always looking for the new challenge. You're always looking to be pushing your comfort zone. So the challenges never go away. If you're trying to stick to your comfort zone, if you're always looking to find the easy approach and you're not challenging yourself, well, then you're not going to grow. You're not going to get the kind of results that you want to get for yourself, and those results never end. Understand too, you only have so many days to live. You only have so many days to live. You're only going to have so many experiences in life. So when these opportunities pop up for you, don't wish that you knew the perfect line. Instead, go up, accept wherever you're at, and make the attempt. Maybe you're not very confident when you go up. Maybe your voice isn't very loud and you're not very gregarious and you're not performing the way that you might visualize in your mind. That's okay. The important thing is that did you go up and did you make the attempt? Did you go do the approach? Did you try to take the opportunity when it presented itself? And if you can, the skill is to be able to do that again and again and again, not get brought down by the external stimulus, and to be able to keep yourself motivated and in a positive state of mind. You control your emotions. You control how you feel. You don't give your power to somebody else to decide how you feel about yourself and about the situation. You learn to be able to cultivate that from within. So that then if somebody rejects me and doesn't want to maybe take things further or doesn't want to accept my advances, I say, hey, no worries. Have a great night. Have a great day. Wish you all the best. Now I'm going to go over to this person and see if maybe they would like to get to know me more so. And I'm going to also come from a frame where I am going to see if I would like to get to know them as well. You see, because you value yourself. Your value isn't predicated on whether somebody else likes you or not. You understand that there's 7 billion people in this world. There's genetic variation for a reason. And that if you go up and if you make enough attempts, if you continue to develop yourself in all other areas of your life, that eventually you're going to be able to find somebody that would like to take things further with you. Now, another thing, though, is understanding what the results are that you're looking to get in this area for yourself. Are you looking to meet lots of people? Are you looking to date lots of people? Or are you looking to find a wife? Are you looking to have kids? Are you looking to just find one girlfriend? Well, whatever you decide that you want to do, whatever the results are that you're looking to get in this area, that's up to you, right? But the process stays the same. Now you can basically, I mean, the sales analogy is a great analogy where it's like you got to be finding leads. You got to be continuously filling your funnel. So how are you going to find leads? You can meet people when you're out in the day and try to get phone numbers there, try to go on dates, try to move things forward to wherever you would like to take that, and see if the other person's wants to reciprocate. You can find people at bars, at clubs. You can talk to people basically face to face. You can also do online and try to find leads that way. But you got to be constantly filling your funnel, and you got to be talking to lots of people, and you got to be. This is something that never ends. This pursuit never ends. It's just like a sport or anything else. It's like you got to have habits, processes, routines that you follow, and enjoying the process for the process itself. That's why you have to develop a process. You have to cultivate habits that you can just take on a regular basis, so that then you just allow the results to come as they will. But you focus on your actions, and you focus on the things that are within your control. You see, at the end of the day, you can't control whether somebody wants to be your friend, if someone wants to do business with you, if somebody wants to take things to a romantic level with you. That's not within your control. But what is in your control is, did you go up and did you make the attempt? Do you have self-control? Do you have the ability to make yourself take action, even though maybe you have fears and worries and resistance to going and doing that? Some great frames of mind, as well as giving yourself permission. You're not permission seeking from somebody else, someone external from you, to say that you're allowed to go do this and that. You have to be comfortable with your behaviors, with how you want to live your life. You give yourself permission. You give yourself authority. You're also not looking for approval from somebody else. You're not looking for a validation from somebody else. You give yourself approval. You give yourself validation. You no longer are looking for that from an external source, so that when you go up and you're speaking with someone, it's a paradox where on one end of the on one side of things, you're going up and you're free from outcome. You're not expecting anything from this person. You're going up and just enjoying giving and sharing, and getting to a point where you're able to express yourself freely, state your opinions, state whatever you want to say, self-amusing, figure out what makes you have a good time. You're not looking for somebody else to make you have a good time. You're able to generate positive emotions and fun from within, so that you don't need anything from this person. And then actually you're giving to this person. You're giving your fun. You're giving your energy to this person. And then you're letting the chips fall as they will. You're allowing them to decide whether or not, or getting them to experience your personality and who you are by sharing and being uninhibited, not being stifled from the environment, and allowing them to get to experience you, and then seeing if they would like to come along for the ride, or come along for the fun. And if they don't want to, you say, no worries, have a great night. And then you'll go talk to somebody else and see if maybe you vibe with them. And as well as, you're also coming from a place where you're, just as well as you're giving them the opportunity, you're also seeing if you appreciate and enjoy their energy, their personality, and if you guys actually get along, where you would want to maybe hang out and go further than the initial interaction that you're having with that person, right? So you're not coming from a place of, do you like me? Do you like me? It's, hey, let's find out if we get along. So this journey, it's never ending, where you're constantly learning more about yourself. You're constantly exposing different weaknesses within yourself, whether that's limiting beliefs, whether those are what kinds of fears that you have, what kind of insecurities do you have, and do you let that inhibit you from going up and making the attempt, or do you say fuck that and you go up and you make the attempt anyways, no matter where you're at, no matter what you look like, no matter what your financial situation is? Nothing stops you. Even if you're a homeless man, even a homeless guy can walk up to a woman if they feel like it and go and make the attempt. Now, she might not want to reciprocate. She might not want to have anything to do with that guy, but he still has the ability to go up and try. And then he can improve his life if he would like to as well. You see, the money isn't the thing that's going to attract the woman, but it's going to help you with your state of mind. It's going to help you to buy good foods. It's going to help you to have a roof over your head. It's going to make things logistically maybe a little easier for yourself. But nothing stops you from going up and making the attempt. That's the great thing about learning social skills. That's the great thing when you start to improve your self-concept and you start loving yourself and you start giving yourself the opportunities that are out there in the world for you. There's endless amounts of opportunities. You have an endless amount of potential. So get out there, take action. Start now. Improve this area of your life just as much as you can improve your finances, just as much as you can improve your health. You can improve your fitness. You can improve all areas of your life. But you play the cards that you're dealt. This is a privilege like anything else. You are entitled to nothing. There is no guarantees that you are going to be successful with women, that you're going to have the experiences that you want. But there is a process, there is a strategy, there is a way that is likely that you can do it. And the amount of effort and work that you're willing to put into this is likely the amount of results that you're going to receive in return. Now, some people, you can't compare yourself to others, but maybe some people, they might only have to approach 5 people to find that person that they connect with. Maybe another person it's 10. Maybe another person it's 100. It doesn't matter. You do whatever it takes and you don't give up. But be honest with yourself. Look at all the areas that you could be improving. Look at how consistent are you? How well are you managing your time? How much effort and work and time are you actually putting in? And if you're honest with yourself, you're going to probably see that you could be doing more, that you're not doing everything that is in your power to get the kinds of outcomes that you would like to see in this endeavor. Nobody is. Nobody is, if they're being honest with themselves. Are you consistently going out on a weekly basis? Are you putting in the requisite amount of time? Or are you giving up and you going home early? Are you, when it gets uncomfortable, do you push yourself a little bit more, or do you concede and give up and say, "Oh, that's too much for me. I'm not going to push myself." Are you sticking to your comfort zone, or are you looking to push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, constantly be challenging yourself? You see, this pursuit isn't easy, just like anything else. There's also no guarantees that you're going to make lots of money for yourself in life. It's no different than anything else. There's no guarantees that you're going to be successful in an athletic pursuit that you might have for yourself. There's no guarantees for anything in life. But does that mean that you just don't try? The pleasure comes from trying. The pleasure comes from getting out there and having something that gives you purpose, having something that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about this, if this is something that you would like to do with your time, then go for it. Because people that don't have passion, people that don't have purpose, like I've experienced in my life at times, when I'm not out there pushing myself, when I'm not out there striving and making goals for myself, life gets pretty depressing. So if you are lucky enough to have found something that you're passionate about, maybe it's going out and improving your social life and meeting women. That's no less of a pursuit than anything else in life. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you found something, if this is something for whatever reason that you are driven to do, then run with it. Go with it, because you can use this pursuit to improve your life and use that for motivation to improve yourself in all other facets of life. This can be used as a self-development pursuit. You don't need to drink alcohol. You don't need to do drugs when you go out. When you go out, you can treat this like a professional. Like when I got into skateboarding, I said to myself, okay, I've been skateboarding, I had a skateboard since I was 8 years old or whatever it was, but I've been seriously skateboarding since I was 12 years old. I might have told people. Well, get serious about this. How serious are you? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you reading books? Are you educating yourself? What are you doing with your time? What are you spending your time on? Are you scheduling your days? Do you value your time? Do you value your body and your mind and what you're spending your money on? Not only what you spend your money on, what do you spend your time on? What are you feeding your mind? Now you can go out and you can learn from people. You can get mentors. You can learn from others. as you should be. If you're not learning from me, you can learn from somebody else. If you're struggling in this area to a degree where it might help you to have, if you don't have friends, get friends, get people that can push you, that are a positive force in your life, just as well as you want to be a positive force in other people's life. It starts with you. You're the only constant in your life, ultimately. So blame no one. Take responsibility and be accountable for everything that happens in your life. Even if you could make an excuse, don't, because it doesn't help you, right? And then as well, hey, if you want somebody that can hold you accountable, get somebody to hold you accountable. Get someone maybe like myself and invest in yourself. Invest in someone like myself that can take you out and hold you accountable and get you to do the approaches, can get you to get over that resistance and show you a path and give you a way, help you to speed up the learning process. That's how you learn. That's how you get better. That's how you're going to build a skill and not have to spin your wheels and reinvent the wheel. You'll learn from others, right? And if you can't learn from somebody in person, if you don't have the finances to afford to invest in some sort of a premium coaching, something like that, I have lesser coaching packages that you can invest in, but you can also learn from somebody else. You can read books, you can watch these free videos, you can subscribe to my channel, and you should, and like the video as well if this has helped you in any kind of way. But that's what you should be doing. That's how anybody learns. People get coaches, people learn from others, right? But ultimately as well, you have to get out there, and you cannot download the knowledge. You're not going to read a book. You're not going to watch a video. Ultimately, you still have to put yourself through the process. You have to make mistakes, and it never ends. Think about a basketball player, a professional basketball player, anybody that does anything at a high level. You're always going to be making mistakes because you're constantly riding that edge and pushing yourself. That's what people are doing at the highest levels, and that's why they make it to the highest levels, because they're constantly pushing themselves. Get out there, take action. Stop thinking that you need to know a line or that you need to have more knowledge. What you need to do is just go make the attempt at whatever stage you're at. Maybe sometimes I'm not feeling that confident. You go do the approach anyways. When it's hard, that's when there's immense amount of growth to be had. When it's hard, that's when you need to take even more action if you can. When it's easy, it's easy. When it's difficult, that's when you're really tested. That's where there's a ton of growth to be had. As well as work on your finances, work on your health, work on your relationships. Constantly be reading and exposing yourself to different ideas and different aspects of life. Understand that to some degree, when you're in this world, you might think that this is all there is. But the world is massive, is a big world. There's a lot of different people out there. When you're out in bars and out in clubs, it's a competitive environment. People are competing for the same resources. It's a cutthroat world. It can be harsh, but understand that's not what all of life is. And not everybody's out there trying to just date a lot of people. So what is it that you want to do? Make that clear. Have clear goals and a clear idea of what it is you want to achieve. Write it down. Journal. Take stock of what you feel like you did well, what you could have done better when you're going out. Constantly be iterating your process and adjusting until you get the kinds of results that you want to get. But it never ends. But understand this is a privilege, that you are guaranteed nothing. And are you still willing to get out there and put in your time? What else are you going to do anyways? No excuses. No excuses. I don't make excuses. Yes, maybe some people are born with certain kinds of advantages, but what else are you going to do? The great thing about this pursuit, when you're going up to meet women, wherever you're at, you can still go up and make the attempt. There's levels to everything. If you want to meet models or strippers or porn stars or actors and actresses, well, you're still going to have to work to get around those types of people and be able to access those types of environments. But you can still have an amazing time. There's people out there that you can still meet and that you might be able to connect with and still have a great time with. But there's levels to everything. But there's no reason that you can't achieve something like anybody else. But understand, like I didn't understand at one time, I was much more felt like I was at the effective life, that maybe I needed to, somebody else needed to come over and put me on, or turn, or give me what I needed. But no, instead you take on the idea of the growth mindset and realize that whatever you want, you got to get out there and make it happen for yourself. If that means getting a coach and getting mentors and getting people around you, well, yes, that can be beneficial, but you're not waiting for them to come to you. You're going out and you're making it happen. You're no longer making excuses and saying that you're a victim. You're not thinking that some superficial thing like your looks or money is the thing that's going to get you what you want socially. Understand that this is a skill just the same as making money, just the same as building muscle, just the same as cultivating a skill in whether that's being able to be more focused and reading more and becoming more intelligent and cultivating a better memory for yourself, or whatever it is. You need to focus on that thing to cultivate that specific skill in that specific area. So how are you going to get better with talking to women, or just socially with everyone in general? Go out and start meeting people. Go out, socialize, talk to people. If you want to meet the women that you find attractive, go talk to them. Understand, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to fall. You have to be willing to feel embarrassed or silly or weird or whatever other negative belief or thought that's coming into your mind in how you might think people are perceiving you. But understand, that doesn't actually reflect the reality of how someone might think or perceive things. That's in your own head. So then you start developing a more healthy self-concept. You start reinforcing positive beliefs to yourself and affirming positive affirmations and switching out those negative conditionings that have somehow been cultivated within you, whether that's from your upbringing, whether that's from businesses and marketing and all kinds of different aspects and things that we're being exposed to. Wherever it's coming from, it doesn't matter. You have to rewire your brain. A great book that you can read about this kind of concept is called Psycho-Cybernetics. I would suggest reading that book. Once again, hey, I'll just leave you with that. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out, my friends.